Yo. My name is Sage, Sami Sage Hassan, spoken word poet, writer, thinker, philosopher, life coach, writer, and music businessman. I'm chilling on Runs E Extra on Nigezie. From the father's eons, music moves men like winds to dandelions. From the nooks and crannies of strange regions to the spiritual skunk of the aborigines. Music is a country, we all are indigents. This whole thing started long before 2005, long before hip-hop all the words. It started long before I was an adult, long before I was a teenager. I started by telling stories, when I was pretty young. I'd be telling stories. And then by secondary school, I couldn't tell so much stories. I had to start writing the stories in a book because of prep and how school goes. So I started writing the stories in a book. By 14, it began to become music. When we started writing lyrics, started dancing, started singing, started copying other people's songs, and started writing our own stuff. But spoken word poetry began for me in 1985 when I saw Mota Baruka on Radio Sunsplash. And there was this man without a shirt, long dread to his waist, and he was just walking, and he was saying, "It no good to live in a white man country too long." Then he paused and said, "Blacks in England, what is your plan?" So I asked my mom, "What is he doing?" And she says, she doesn't know, but it looks like poetry. And a year later, I started to write the same kind of stuff. But it's in Nigeria. So I was writing the poetry, trying to do the Jamaican stuff, poetry in Jamaican stuff. Then I write some poetry in English for the books. Then I try to write some songs, and we'll just keep going until 2005 when we said, you know what? Let's do this thing for real. Line by line, that's all that's mine, but it's fine. So wine and dine, satisfy your poetic enzymes, fulfill every element of the science of slam. And then, besides doing poetry, performing poetry, I have been writing. I just did 2 very fat books for the government in Abuja 2 years ago. I edited some really fat books. It's about the federal government. It wasn't my contract, but I was the one who did the work. So I'm still editing books. Yes. I also have been organizing shows in Abuja and in Port Harcourt. I've been taking artists from one place to another, hooking people up to do shows, whether it's Ice Prince, whether it's Jesse Jags. People come to me and I hook them up for shows here and there. And then I've done some music consultancy. I do a lot of that stuff. People coming to me, how do I take this thing further? What do you think we should do with this business? I just helped the radio station set up in Port Harcourt right now. With counseling, staffing. I went around the country looking for on-air personality for them. I am the African rock star, Uchi, ooh la la. How do you want to beat this Afro man since you never even lived the high life? My storm is over, and not even your juju can hold me back. Paramount in my heart now is my latest project, my baby, my dream. The goal that I've looked forward to producing over a very long time. My book, The Dream Maker. This is my attempt to maximize my potential. This is me saying, let me crystallize my thoughts, take everything that I'm thinking, take everything that I think that I've learned, and try and squash them together into a little book that younger people can read and maybe learn from. Long thing. Give a standing ovation for Nigeria. Peace and love. Now, first of all, the publishers gave an American life coach, old guy who's there 60 or 70, who's done life coaching for 40 years, and his review was really awesome. I didn't believe he was talking about my book. He says this book might very well become the Bible of life coaching. That's what he said. This is not me saying it. And then if you read the book, there were some particular popular teachers, executive life coaches in the UK that wrote stuff about it. You can Google their names on Twitter. You can Google their names, you find them. Davina, Julia Cobring, you see the stuff that you wrote about the book, and it says, it really did have something to pass across. But like I said, I do still think, I sincerely believe that I do have something to pass across. I really believe that I have something to teach, because I think thoroughly and think through, and this is what is in this book. Story of precepts. If music be the food of love, give me Sonny from above, and I could just obey.
Cause our slavery days are over and we no longer are plantation boys.
It is very clear that the music scene in particular, or entertainment in Nigeria, is foremost in Africa. We're number one. But I've been to South Africa and I saw something. I saw that they had the popular scene. You know, they had the one that everybody liked. But then they had an underground scene of great music, different genres, and everyone was surviving. Everyone was excelling. You didn't make the money that top stars will make, but there was something for you going on. But here, that's not how it is here. Here, everybody sings pop music. I'll tell you this. What we have in this country, we got the secret key that drives the music industry in the world. The secret key to the music industry in the world is one word of 3 letters, and it's H-I-T, the hit. The whole entertainment, the whole music industry of the world is resting on that simple word, H-I-T. As long as they're hits, entertainment will grow, the music business will grow. So we have to start with that, right? But the fact is, where the hit is coming from is where the problem is. There's no culture, there is no essence. There's just that HIT. So we need to just build that. So I like the fact that we have this. But South Africa, for instance, they have everything. The industry will survive beyond hits. It has a culture, it has a base, it has where the hit people can go and get stuff from. We need to just build that here. That's just all I think we need to do. Build other genres. Not everybody will be a Wizkid or D'banj or an MI or an Ice Prince. But some of us can be something else in other genres. We're respected. We want to make all that money, but it's not always about all that money. It's about building an industry and feeding the soul of your people.
I see the kids sit on TV, IBTV, BBTV, STV, see me on MTV, Amai TV, Galaxy of Stars. It's payback time and that's weird. But are you the one to take 2 shots at Ken's knees? Please.
I'm a rebel, a rise in upheaval, contradicting the devil. I'm a soldier, caught in the middle, saddled with the duty to save civilization's cradle, enabled to bleed those who feed on blood, tears, and spittle. The odds dribble, we are harrowed rather than hallowed, targeted to be gallowed, balloted to be guillotined, seems to be certainty for... What's up, man? This is Runs on E Extra. Peace.